welcome to Knowledge Masters. Knowledge Masters is a quick recall academic competition for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students from area schools. My name is Jonelle Henderson, and I will be your moderator. Although the teams are familiar with the rules, I would like to state that Knowledge Masters is similar to Governor's Cup. It is a Hardin County Schools competition. Today's contestants are from East Hardin and St. Joseph's School. Introducing the team members and sponsor from East Hardin is Lilia Kimberlane.
Jude Tabor is the 13-year-old son of Holly and Scott Tabor. Jude plays tennis for Central Hardin and is a member of the EHMS academic team and Beta Club. Jude plans to someday go to Vanderbilt University and play tennis while getting a degree in biomechanical engineering. Ava Young is a 12-year-old daughter of Michelle and Neil Young. She is a 7th grader at EHMS. Ava participates in Beta, plays the flute in the EHMS band, and is a member of the EHMS academic team. Ava enjoys horseback riding and writing in her free time. She plans to go to the University of Kentucky and get a degree in creative writing before someday becoming an author. Case Preston is the 13-year-old son of Renita and Patrick Preston. He is an 8th grader at EHMS. Case participates in Beta and is captain for Quick Recall on the academic team. He loves social studies and placed first last year in the region for the social studies assessment. Case attends Franklin Crossroads Baptist Church. He wants to be a social studies teacher at East Hardin Middle School in the future. Chuma Norm is a 13-year-old son of Aaron and Chima Norm. He is an 8th grader at EHMS. Chuma plays soccer for Central Hardin and also runs track. He is a member of the EHMS academic team in Beta and also plays clarinet in the band. Chuma plans to attend college at the University of Louisville and major in medicine. Ms. Blankenship teaches 7th grade science at East Hardin Middle School. She has been a teacher for 23 years and an academic team coach for 6. Ms. Blankenship has been married to her husband, Donnie, for 21 years. They have 3 children, Brianna, Brandon, and Briley. Ms. Blankenship attended Western Kentucky University, where she majored in agricultural education. She likes to read and play piano in her free time.
Thank you. Introducing the team and sponsors from St. Joseph's School is Ty Johnson.
Evan Pristle is in the 7th grade at St. Joseph's School and has been on the academic team for 4 years. His favorite subjects are math and science with a particular interest in aeronautics. He enjoys playing piano, hanging out with his friends, and playing basketball and soccer. Catherine Hills is the daughter of Ronnie and Jeffrey Hills. She is an 8th grader at St. Joseph and has been a member of the academic team since 6th grade. She participates in the St. Joe Drama Club, choir, and yearbook club. In her free time, she enjoys reading, learning Spanish, riding horses, traveling, hanging out with cats and a select few people, and listening to music. She hopes to attend the University of Kentucky in the future. Jacob Medley is the son of Rebecca and Jamie Medley. He has been on the academic team for 3 years. His favorite subject is social studies. He is in the 8th grade at St. Joseph's School. He enjoys playing with his dogs and hanging out with friends. He wants to go to college abroad, most likely in Canada. Brady Simpson is the son of Chris and Lauren Simpson. He is in 8th grade at St. Joseph's School. He has been on the academic team for 5 years. His specialty is social studies. His favorite subject is history. In his free time, he enjoys sleeping in, playing football, and spending time with friends. Lori Swink is a 5th grade teacher at St. Joseph's School. She has coached academic team there for 5 years. She grew up in upstate New York. She graduated from the University of Louisville and earned her master's degree at Bellarmine. In her free time, she enjoys traveling, spending time with family and friends, and watching the Buffalo Bills win football games.
All right, coaches, you may return to your seats at this time. Teams, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Contestants, remember you may interrupt the reading of a toss-up question by buzzing in. However, if your answer is incorrect, the question will be reread in its entirety for the opposing team. Teams may confer on the bonus questions, but the team captain or designee must give the response. Remember, the bounce back bonus will be in effect. All questions are worth 1 point, and each half is 10 minutes long. If you're ready to begin, the first question is a toss-up for either team. Toss-up. At the International Spy Museum, you can find an exhibit called Exquisitely Evil, featuring the bad guys from movies starring which British spy?
St. Joseph, Medley.
James Bond.
That is correct. Bonus. Complete this quote from the King James Version of the New Testament. Matthew 6:21. For where your treasure is, there will your blank be also.
People.
Incorrect.
Heart.
Correct. Toss-up. Which A&E channel show features teenagers who are sent to jail for a short time to try and keep them out of jail later?
East Hardin. Norm.
Intervention.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Beyond Scared Straight. Toss-up. Give your answer in terms of pi. Use pi to find the surface area of a right circular cylinder with height 8 feet and radius 10 feet. Ty? The correct answer is 360 pi square feet. Toss-up. Solve for x in the following equation. The quantity 5x minus 7 is less than 8.
East Hardin. Tabor.
X is less than 3.
That is correct. Bonus. It makes literature and drama interesting by slowing the main character's progress toward their goal. This literary component may take the form of man versus man versus society, or even man versus himself. Give this 8-letter word for the struggle between the protagonist and the antagonist of some sort.
Conflict.
That is correct. Toss-up. One of the moons of the planet Saturn is named for the first human woman created by Hephaestus. What is the name of this moon and the name of the woman who opened a fateful...
St. Joseph Simpson.
Pandora.
That is correct. Bonus. Aaron Copland's 1970 work, Threnody 1, is a memorial to this Russian composer of the ballets The Firebird and The Rite of Spring.
I designate Brady.
Najinsky.
Judge?
Najinsky.
I designate Ava.
Chavinsky.
Judge? The correct answer is Stravinsky. All the Inskys. Toss up. Which type of energy uses wood or other organic matter, often burning it to create heat?
East Hardin. Tabor.
Fossil fuel.
Incorrect.
St. Joseph. Medley.
Thermal.
Incorrect. The correct answer is bioenergy. Toss up. CNN calls it the 8th continent and the richest poor country in the world, a place where lemurs howl like car alarms. Name this African.
East Hardin. Preston.
Madagascar.
That is correct. Bonus. Simplify this expression that contains exponents. 9 to the 4th power divided by 3 to the 8th power.
Three to the negative 4th.
Incorrect. Bounce back.
I designate Brady.
12 to the 4th.
Incorrect. The correct answer is 1. Toss up. Though he was born in Italy, Leonardo da Vinci died in which other country in 1519?
East Hardin. Preston.
Switzerland.
Incorrect. The correct answer is France. Toss up. The biography entitled The Journal of Madame Royale is an account of the daughter of which French queen who is quoted as saying, "Let them eat cake."
East Hardin, Preston.
Marie Antoinette.
That is correct. Bonus. On the periodic table of elements, what is the second lightest alkali earth metal?
Beryllium.
Incorrect. Bounce back.
Lithium.
Incorrect. The correct answer is magnesium. Toss up. Which Asian islands nation's Krakatoa volcano erupted in 1883?
East Hardin, Preston.
Japan.
Incorrect.
St. Joseph, Medley.
Philippines.
Incorrect. The correct answer is Indonesia. Toss up. Which type of hickory tree grows an edible nut often made into pies in the southern U.S.?
East Hardin, Young.
A pecan tree.
That is correct. Bonus, pens and paper ready. Give the integer value of x that satisfies the equation 32 to the 3/4 power equals x times the 4th root of 8.
No answer.
No
Bounce
answer.
back.
No answer.
No answer. The correct answer is 8. Toss up. The 2016 Olympic gold medalist Eliud Kipchoge and Jemima Sumgong are both from this African country that produces many great distance runners.
East Hardin, Preston.
Nigeria.
Incorrect.
St. Joseph, Simpson.
Kenya.
That is correct. Bonus. Though U.S. President Martin Van Buren was born in this northern U.S. state, his father Abraham owned 6 slaves.
Kentucky.
Incorrect. Bounce back.
Massachusetts.
Incorrect. The correct answer is New York. Toss up. Retinopathy is a visual impairment caused by which blood sugar disorder?
St. Joseph, Simpson.
Diabetes.
That is correct. Bonus. His museum in his boyhood town of Springfield, Massachusetts, has a sculpture garden containing figures of his characters Max the dog and Gertrude McFuzz, another area called Girdle Garden, and a third area called Horton Court. Name this author whose other sculpted characters include the Lorax and the Cat in the Hat.
Dr. Seuss.
That is correct. Toss up. 2 pieces of cartilage, the medial and the lateral, can be torn when you plant your foot solidly and then your knee twist. What is the name for this piece of cartilage?
St. Joseph, Simpson.
ACL.
Incorrect.
East Hardin, Young.
Kneecap.
Incorrect. The correct answer is meniscus. Toss up. This operetta's characters include Pity Sing, the ugly old woman Kadashaw, Puba, the Lord High Everything Else, and a tailor named Coco, who is the town executioner. Name this Gilbert and Sullivan operetta whose title character sings "My Object." Time? Okay, that is time at the half. All right. So at the half, our score is East Hardin 6 and St. Joseph's School 5. That's the name of the During this time, we would like for you to enjoy the following video from East Hardin.
East Hardin Middle School is located in Elizabethtown, Kentucky, and is home of the Bruins. In 2021, East Hardin Middle School moved from Glendale, Kentucky into a brand new school with all of the latest technology. The student population is 790 with 75 staff members. East Hardin is known for its outstanding success in both academics and extracurricular activities. Recent accomplishments include academic team district champions and regional runner-ups in 2021-2022. 8th grade 2022 Heartland Middle School Athletic Volleyball Conference Champions and 7th grade Volleyball 2022 runner-ups. In 2022, our Beta Club placed in 32 events at the state convention and in 10 different competitions at national level. Academically, East Hardin offers advanced classes in math and reading for students scoring above grade level. Also, our students have access to classes during the day such as STEM, careers, financial literacy, art, PE, Lego, robotics, STLP, journalism, and band. East Hardin strives to provide a positive learning environment and culture for students, and we are proud of all of our accomplishments.
And now, to tell us about St. Joseph School is Aubrey Cameron.
St. Joseph School in historic Bardstown is a vibrant, vital Catholic school that includes preschool, elementary grades, and middle school. St. Joseph serves Nelson County and surrounding counties. St. Joseph School was recently recognized as a National Blue Ribbon School of Excellence that makes St. Joe one of the best schools in Kentucky and nationwide. Traditional curriculum for K through 8th includes language arts, math, science, social studies, and religion. St. Joseph School offers weekly Spanish, technology, music, library, physical education, and art classes for each grade. Extracurricular activities include athletics, clubs, and award-winning robotics team and academic teams, middle school house programs, and stewardship opportunities. Students at St. Joe are given many opportunities to serve both the church and their community. Students participate in multiple service projects throughout every school year. St. Joseph School is accredited through Advanced Ed. Enrollment has steadily increased over the last few years and consistently over 400 students in preschool through 8th grade. The school welcomes families of all religions, races, and national origins. The school's mission is to support the pursuit of academic excellence while integrating Catholic faith into every facet of the school.
Thank you, Aubrey. During the half, the following substitutions were made. Joining the team from East Hardin, we have Prem Patel. Lilia Kimberlane will introduce the joining team member.
Prem Patel is a 12-year-old son of Deepika and Rajesh Patel. He is a 7th grader at EHMS. Prem is a math whiz on the EHMS academic team, and his coach often calls him the human calculator. Prem plans to attend Western Kentucky University someday, where he wants to major in electrical engineering.
Thank you. There are no substitutions for St. Joseph School. So with that, we will begin with the second half of today's competition with the toss-up question. Everyone ready? All right, toss-up. What unit of measure for cotton refers to a cotton weight of 500 pounds or an Egyptian cotton weight of 700 pounds? Time. The correct answer is bale. Toss-up. State your answer in terms of pi. What is the volume of a right circular cylinder with radius 5 inches and height of 8 inches? Time. The correct answer is 200 pi inches cubed. Toss-up. Complete this sentence from American theologian Reinhard Niebuhr, 1932 book, Moral Man and Immoral Society. God, grant me the blank to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.
St. Joseph, Simpson.
Strength.
Incorrect.
East Hardin, Preston.
Will.
Incorrect. The correct answer is serenity. Toss-up. Convert 0.475 to a fraction in lowest terms.
St. Joseph, Evan.
3/4.
Incorrect.
East Hardin. Prem.
1940s.
That is correct. Bonus. American composer Jonathan Tunick won his Oscar for a movie version of this Broadway show whose title comes from a Mozart serenade.
I designate Ava.
The Magic Flute.
Incorrect. Bounce back.
No answer.
The correct answer is a Little Night Music. Toss up. Its offices include a Center for Faith-Based and Neighborhood Partnerships, an Office of English Language Acquisition, and the Office of Federal Student Aid. Identify this cabinet-level department begun by Jimmy Carter, whose homepage.
East Hardin. Preston.
Department of Education.
That is correct. Bounce back, or bonus, bonus. The House of Aviz in the Middle Ages and the House of Braganza until 1910 were two of the four main ruling houses in this country whose first king in the mid-12th century was Alfonso Enrique. Name this country that shares the Iberian Peninsula with Spain.
Portugal.
That is correct. Toss-up. Which Egyptian pharaoh of ancient Egypt was the son of Seti the first?
East Hardin. Preston.
Incorrect.
St. Joseph. Medley.
Ramesses?
Judge? Incorrect. The full answer was Ramses II or Ramses the Great. Toss-up. In some cases, large companies offer this to employees at a rate of 1 week for each year worked as a way to help those employees survive until they can find another job. Give this two-word.
St. Joseph. Simpson.
No answer.
In some cases, large companies offer this to employees at the rate of 1 week for each year worked as a way to help those employees survive until they can find another job. Give this two-word term for money offered by employers to laid off workers.
East Hardin. Young.
Minimum wage.
Incorrect. The correct answer is severance pay. Toss up. Washington Irving wrote the Tales of Alhambra.
St. Joseph. Simpson.
Leather stocking tails.
That is incorrect. Washington Irving wrote Tales of the Alhambra while he stayed in which European country?
East Hardin. Preston.
England.
That is incorrect. The correct answer is Spain. Toss up. To the nearest integer, what is the atomic mass of nitrogen?
East Hardin. Patel.
17.
Incorrect.
St. Joseph. Simpson.
18.
Incorrect. The correct answer is 14. Toss up. What is the term for a fear of wide open or very crowded spaces?
East Hardin. Preston.
Claustrophobia.
Incorrect.
St. Joseph. Hills.
Agoraphobia?
That is correct. Bonus. Which country's revolution removed King Louis XVI from power in 1792?
France?
That is correct. Toss up. Which 20th century art style made famous by Pablo Picasso?
East Hardin. Preston.
Cubism.
That is correct. Bonus. Mirepoix is created by mixing together diced onion, celery, and cabbage carrots on the stove, cooking them for a long time until they become sweet, and then using it as a spice to spice up other dishes. Name the language from which the word mirepoix came to English.
French.
That is correct. Toss up. Two coordinates of a line are as follows: 3, 12, and 2, 8. What is the equation of that line?
East Hardin. Patel.
4x.
That is correct. Bonus. In the novel Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain, which widow serves as Huck's guardian?
Widow Douglas.
That is correct. Toss up. In his novel, In Dubious Battle, got its title from a line in Milton's Paradise Lost and tells of a fruit worker strike in his native California. Name this Nobel Prize-winning author of Travels with Charlie, Cannery Row, The Red Pony, Of Mice and Men.
East Hardin. Preston.
John Steinbeck.
That is correct. Bonus. What is the main gas in the atmosphere of Mars?
Helium.
Incorrect. Bounce back. The correct answer is carbon dioxide. Toss up. In geometry, which quadrilateral contains one pair of parallel sides?
East Hardin. Patel.
Parallelogram.
Incorrect. Bounce back.
No answer.
The correct answer is trapezoid. Toss up. In riding, to mount means to get up on an animal in order to ride it. Which prefix should be added to mount to create its antonym?
St. Joseph. Hills.
This is correct. Bonus. How many primary colors are on the color wheel?
3.
That is correct. Toss up. Which Scottish-born inventor created the telephone?
East Hardin. Preston.
Alexander Graham Bell.
That is correct. Bonus. The new football stadium will hold 29,000 people, while the old stadium held 30,400 people. By what percentage above the new stadium did the old stadium hold?
.3%.
Incorrect. Bounce back.
4%.
Incorrect. The correct answer is 2%. Toss up. Identify the subject in the following sentence. Hundreds of people came to the circus.
East Hardin. Preston.
People.
Incorrect.
St. Joseph. Hills.
100.
That is correct. Bonus. In basketball, what two-word term describes a shot that entirely misses the rim and backboard?
Airball.
That is correct. Toss up. Marble belongs to which family of rock?
East Hardin. Preston.
Sedimentary.
Incorrect. Is that the end? Okay, that is the end of the game. The correct answer was metamorphic.
Oh.
All right. So at the end of the game, the final score is East Hardin 15 and St. Joseph 11. Congratulations to the winning team and to both teams for an excellent competition. Join us for our next Knowledge Masters competition.